Welcome everyone to Amsterdam. We are here in front of the School of Life Cafe, and I am a little bit tardy because I saw this while walking around. Had to stop by. I was going to start just in the street, but then I was like, oh, I gotta get a coffee here. And of course, as with life, sometimes things take a while. So I will tell you what this place is at. I am right outside in beautiful Amsterdam. We're going to visit the museum area called Museumplein. It's a plaza of museums, you'll find out. And look how beautiful the views are. I have myself a nice Americano, iced Americano, and I got myself a nice little treat inside here to start off before we walk around through the museums from the outside. And this is the School of Life, which is awesome. So, and they have like a outdoor bed for some reason outside. So this is a very chance encounter for me because I'm a huge fan of the writer Alain de Botton. I might be mispronouncing his last name, but Alain de Botton is very famous for writing the book that inspired 500 Days of Summer. He one of his books was directly mentioned in that movie. It was called The Philosophy of Architecture, or the Architecture of Life, I think it was called. The Architecture of Life. And then the book that was based was called The Course of Love, and that was translated into 500 Days of Summer. And then he's written a bunch of other famous, amazing books, but he's also run a very famous YouTube channel called The School of Life that's all about philosophy and basically teaching about philosophy, its history, the famous philosophers, and everything around that. And he runs actual place called The School of Life. This one is not directly run by him. The one in London is. This is one of their second stores. It's the biggest one. It has a cafe. And I passed by. I had no clue I was going to see it here. But I had to stop by in order to get some philosophical iced Americano. So let me know if you ever heard of Alain de Botton or seen The School of Life. Great YouTube channel. Highly recommend it. Let me show you the menu. So they end up selling white label coffee, which apparently is a local Dutch roaster. And they also had golden milk, which is awesome. They had smoothies and warm drinks. I'm a little bit disappointed that they don't have philosophical puns or references in their names for their offerings. That would be cool. I gotta think of a few puns that are related to coffee and philosophy. Let me know if you can think of any. Cheers.
Before I was already happy.
Oh, that's a good ice Americano. Oh. Ooh, so good, so flavorful. Hey, Gary says, chuffed to see you there. I was chuffed to see my card. Hey, Gary. It was Gary's birthday, and he's a mega urbanist, so I sent him a special card. Thank you so much, Gary. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Gary. Have a wonderful time, says Brienne. Susie says, greetings. Piotr says, hello. You could teach at the School of Life, says Donald. You know, I found myself, I really, their philosophy has helped me quite a lot. I no longer agree with Alain de Botton's philosophy. He's definitely a very smart guy. He definitely has amazing advice. Definitely helps a lot of people. I don't fully agree with what he says anymore. Maybe I grew out of it, but yeah, it is a very impactful class. I'm not sure if I can offer anything to the School of Life over here. Everyone seeing the comments today, says Kay. I'm not sure. I made myself a nice coffee and I want another, says Susie. I drink coffee, therefore I am, says Donald. Yes, that's right. That's right.
I guess like
sometimes you gotta persist on with the coffee. Let's try this carrot cake. good carrot cake.
I find to be such
A bit on the drier side.
why is it
But the good thing is it's more filling. Reminds me of classic American carrot cake bread. Let's try it out with some coffee. Let's see if it's dunk worthy. Try it out.
But they made the choice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you say I just had a meeting?
That is dunk worthy. It makes the cake a lot more appealing. That's a big slice of cake, says Susie. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the rest to go. So this is the School of Life. I'll peek in just a little bit. It's a really cozy place. They actually have classes here, which is interesting. That's the main point of the location, not so much the coffee. But it's good coffee, really good coffee. Good carrot cake too. Let's walk towards Museumplein, the plaza of museums here in Amsterdam.
Yeah, you can. I think that like. Right, but my
Maureen says, keep dunking, it gives happiness. Yeah. I think the secret to happiness is a good cup of coffee. That is the secret to happiness. Oh, look, my coffee cup is embedded with the School of Life logo. I'm not sure what that says. Let me know. Is it something profound? Dutch urbanists. Ik sta even stil en dat is een hele van roetgang. Pardon my Dutch. So here it is from the front. Tamara, thank you so much for 500 stars. Beautiful, beautiful store. Look at that. All right, let's go to Museumplein. The plane of museums. Leonel, nice to see you here. Let me see when the tram passes. We're very close. Is the grass greener in Amsterdam? Says Ron. Oh, yes. Brenny with a $10 chat. Brenny, thank you so much. With that conversion rate right now from US to Euro, 10 euros is going to go a very long way. Thank you so much. I appreciate the 10 euros. Susie says, ooh, you sound fluent, yes. Key to learning Dutch is to just roll those R's, all of them. Dwayne says, have you been to the Anne Frank house? I have. All right, we're going to take the tram for one stop. I'm going to be a bit silent on the tram. It's a bit awkward to talk on the trams in the Netherlands. Unlike in New York. New York, anything goes. You can dance, you can scream, you can give a show, you can do a Broadway production, anything on the subways. Excuse me. So these are the trams. Now, pro tip, always tap in. Always, always, always tap in. And then you have to tap out as well.
moment om te zijn of zo.
Okay, so we took it 2 stops for the tram as it passes. Chris says so much road construction there is. It's so many sidewalks are under construction, so it kind of makes it hard a little bit as a pedestrian. So Debbie says it's weird hearing Dutch. Yeah, Debbie, yeah. And Wilmy is also another Dutch urbanist. We have a lot of Dutch urbanists tuning in. So now we're gonna walk around Museumplein, which is the center of museums here in Amsterdam, right by the Rijksmuseum. Look at this building. Morgan, nice to see you here. Welcome. Okay, thank you so much for the 50 stars. Ooh, canal tours. Kay says it's a star party time. Oh yeah. Diaz says, knowing how much you've always wanted to visit Amsterdam, has it met or exceeded your expectations? Oh, that's a tricky question, Diaz. I'll answer it once I get to a more peaceful area. Diaz, how much time do you have for that question? It'll take me a little bit to answer it. Front row view says the Rijksmuseum, which is the National Museum, is by far the most beautiful building in the Netherlands, after Central Station, of course. I've only been in Central Station inside, haven't seen it from the outside. That is fascinating to hear. It is gorgeous. Dia says, I got all day. Are you well rested, says Siguenas? A bit. You know, my hotel, as I mentioned, unfortunately has a lot of noise. They will be finally changing my room today. Wilmy, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Kay, and Susie. Susie sent 500 stars. Whoa, it's so cold. Look at this. This is the Rijksmuseum. Opera. Let's check it out. Let's make sure not to get great. Oh, look at the tiling work over here. Wow. Beautiful tiling. Nair.music, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this is beautiful. Oh, now I'm excited to go to the museum. Carlos said 50 stars. Thank you so much. Kathy says opera busker. You don't see that every day. Kathy, if you watch my live videos in Rome, Ireland, those two areas had a lot of opera buskers. Brenda says they don't do craftsmanship like this anymore. Yeah, you know, it is a shame that museums are not as beautiful as they were. So this is the entrance to the Rijksmuseum, where people can see the masters, the Dutch masters, such as Rembrandt. Let me know, what are the other Dutch masters out there? Maureen, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, let's see if we can cross. Let's see this side. Maureen, thank you so much for 1,000 stars. Wow, Maureen's at 1,000 stars. That says Van Gogh is here. How do the Dutch pronounce it? Van Gogh. I think that's how it's pronounced. Van Gogh. Yes, he's here. Pardon my Dutch. So impressions, I'm gonna show you more of the building because this is gorgeous, but DS asked me what are my impressions of Amsterdam. Has it exceeded my impressions? Exceeded. It has met my impressions. I don't connect with Dutch culture as much. It is a beautiful culture. I've been here for 3 days. I can see that it's an interesting culture, beautiful culture. It's a lot of positives. But on the personal level, I don't connect with it as much. I'm a bit disappointed by that. Of course, that is something very, very, very subjective. Because I connected a lot. I felt a very good connection with the Danes. So, in terms of the city, it's a bit hard to discern the neighborhoods. I can't really get a sense of where I'm walking in central Amsterdam. Maybe if you're Dutch and you grew up here, maybe. But after 4 days here, it's a bit blurry as to where I'm walking. So I wish there were more discernible big landmarks. It's not as easy as immediate as like a Rome or a Paris that you can immediately like, boom, you know where you're walking, or London too. You immediately like, oh, this is the neighborhood I'm in. Otherwise, just beautiful architecture everywhere. It is a super vibrant city. With a small population, this population is less than Queens. It's about the same as the Bronx. No, actually, the Bronx has a bigger population than this. And yet it's super vibrant. I mean, there's certain areas in the Bronx where there's barely anyone in sight. If you go especially to the northern parts. So this is amazing vibrancy here. Tony says, them Danes again, they left a beautiful impression on me in this trip. Tomo says, yeah, this is not really Dutch culture. Yeah, so this is my impression of Amsterdam. So yes, I can't wait to experience maybe Dutch culture, because I heard Dutch culture is supposed to be very friendly. I don't get that type of warmth here too much. Debbie says, I'm Dutch and I do get around better in New York City than any other city in the Netherlands. I'm always lost on Google Maps. Susie says, Yankee Stadium area is vibrant. Oh yes, oh yes, it is. I mean, the Bronx can get very vibrant. But think about this. Amsterdam is basically 2 Staten Islands. Long Island has a bigger population than Amsterdam. Nassau County, specifically. Ron says, I think 3 days is too short to fully appreciate the city. I mean, some cities it would take a lifetime to appreciate them. Hey, how's it going? Sometimes a city would take a lifetime to appreciate them. It's important, I think, to follow your gut instinct. You feel how you feel when you're in the city, and it's okay to feel that way. But B, it's always good to give a city an extra shot. So if you're especially in a very vibrant place like Amsterdam, that there's a lot of stuff going on, it's good to take your time sometimes in these cities. There's a lot to digest in Amsterdam, in London, in Paris, in Rome. I haven't been to Tokyo yet, but I assume Tokyo would just take weeks to digest. Tamara says this is magical singing. It is. Yeah, they're doing a beautiful job. Yeah. Where is it? Let's go into this park. Wow. Susie says, was that the same person? No, that was a different group. Christine said 500 stars. Thank you so much, Christine. Tamo says only 5% of the Dutch population lives in Amsterdam. Is it that low? Now I'm very curious to see the rest of the Netherlands then. B. Chris says, has your opinions changed of the Dutch? I didn't know too much about the Dutch aside from the personality that has affected New York. So New York, from what I've researched, definitely has derived a lot from the Dutch personality, the entrepreneurial spirit, the finance, the certain level of frugality, time is money kind of mentality. And then beyond that, that kind of straightforwardness and snark we also have in New York. So that is my experience with Dutch culture prior to coming to Amsterdam, because I barely ever met, I've only maybe know 4 or 5 Dutch people in New York, and it's very few. So as Tomo just mentioned, Amsterdam is not going to be very indicative of traditional Dutch culture. Like New York is not too indicative of traditional American culture. Pretty gardens, oh yes. Bella says it's your first time there, so next time you go, you have better sense of direction. yeah, it depends, yeah. So as I mentioned, some cities are a bit easier than others. Wow, this is gorgeous. So Rick says the Dutch people outside of Amsterdam and Utrecht are conservative. Interesting. I can't wait to look more into that. That's interesting. Look at this. Whoa. That's a pose. That's an interesting pose. That's not very Bernini-like. If you don't know who Bernini is, watch any of my Rome videos. This seems like they're ready to get it on. Star says this Bernini was spicy. This literally looks like they're about to get it on. I'm not sure if that's what the artist intended. It is gorgeous. Adam says you're nearby a park called Vondelpark. Ooh, yes, we might stop by there. Is that Mercury? Yeah, that's Mercury. I'm not sure who the woman is. I love it. I just love it. I love it. Very risque. I'm trying to figure out how the foot is positioned. Me too. It's kind of even hard to discern. Rose says, historically, the Dutch are known to be extremely pragmatic and to the point. Yeah, that is true. It takes some getting used to. I mean, even as a New Yorker, it is quite a lot to get used to. That kind of pragmatism, that kind of very straightforwardness. A lot to get used to. Esfiel says, you're near my favorite Albert Heijn store. Ooh, what's a Albert Heijn store? Is that a grocery store? Let me know. Dia says, how's the food compared to Sweden and Denmark? Ooh, it's better. Here, the food, more variety, more bigger portions. A bit less expensive. It's nice. It's good food culture here. I think I just did a food tour here in Amsterdam. It was lovely. It was an Airbnb food tour. And yeah, there were some good choices. All right, let's do a bench seat review. We got two of them, but this one, I kind of already got the gist. This one's catching my eye. Look at that. That one's calling my buttocks for me to sit on it. Let's sit on it. Wow. Oh, I like this. Tony says, I'm impressed by the sound and picture quality and the content too, of course. Ah, this is a good chair. And this is a beautiful, gorgeous park. Wow. It's amazing flowers. Great sculpture. In front of me, I have a sculpture that I would say, to me, it looks as risque as the other one we saw. The sculpture, it looks like something. It looks like a, like something. I'm not sure if that's what the artist intended either, but it looks risque. I like the sculpture. I like the beautiful atmosphere, the people, the kids playing, the fountain, the gorgeous leaves. There's a bit of shadow just right there because the trees. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous bench. It's very, very relaxing. It has great armrests. And wow, oh yes, I can lounge here, read a good book about Dutch history, the Golden Age. I can read a good book about Tulip Mania here and really enjoy a good afternoon. Unfortunately, I can't have like a Heineken because alcohol is not allowed outside of bars or your home. But maybe a ice Americano would be nice. So I give this bench seat. Good recline. Ooh. The number is coming to me. I think many of you know think many of you know exactly what this is rated. Oh yeah. Write it down in the comments right now, because I know some of you know exactly the score. Exactly. I'm not gonna even look at the comments. I'm gonna swipe away, not look at the comments, because I don't want to congratulate you. I don't want to be influenced. But the score I already had in my mind. Comments are away, because I can just swipe on my screen. This is a very good 8.5 out of 10. Mirko says you could drink beer outside. I thought it was against the rules. Barb says 9.5. You need to do a coffee coffee benches of benches of the world photo book. Yeah, it's an 8.5 out of 10. All right, let me not forget my carrot cake. Ooh, some history here. Rosemary says all you're missing is Bob the Pigeon. I mean, that's why he gets points off. Oh no, it's very serene. It's not quite a 9. There has to be something more, some special spice for a 9. So this is Barbara Hepsworth in the Rijksmuseum Gardens. Barbara Hepsworth is one of the most renowned British sculptors. Ah, there you go. That's Barbara. Central themes in her work are the connection between the man and landscape and the awareness that we are part of a greater whole within the universe. I wouldn't say that too much is man, that's more woman right there and her connection to the greater universe. It's more woman opening herself to the greater universe. Yep, I'm telling you guys are wrong. Yes, sign, you are wrong. I am right. As a young sculptor, Hepworth preferred working with stone or wood. She avoided making a model first and instead created forms by carving directly into the material. By the end of the 1950s, she was exhibiting internationally. There was definitely a lot of exhibition right over here in this garden. Her monumental sculptures are most at home in nature, in gardens and parks. They invite you to walk around them and feel at one with the surroundings. Feature 9 sculptures. This exhibition gives an overview of Hepsworth's work in the 1960s and 1970s and includes an important carving from the 1950s. Oh. Wow. CB says because woman is the universe. Touche, touche. Evelyn, lindo día en Amsterdam, bonito jardinos, pero no veo tulipanes. I don't see tulips, says Evelyn. Sí, los tulipanes no creo que ahora es la temporada para tulipanes. I don't think it is season for tulips. They might be somewhere, but I haven't seen them yet. So no lo he visto todavía uno buenos tulipanes. Look at this beautiful building. Wow. Love the extension. Ellen says, coming to Rotterdam? Rotterdam? I gotta learn how to roll my R when it's at the beginning. Rotterdam. There we go. Rotterdam. Stay tuned. Every day is a new adventure here in Urbanist. Every adventure is a new day. These are the offices. Let's see the people painting. Look at that. Wow. So here we have a greenhouse. Look at those plants. Wow. What are those? Ernesto says we need more spaces like this in South Angeles. Yes, I do agree. If only the south of LA had more spaces like this, that would be amazing. Cigüeñas, today is my birthday and your video's a regalo. Hey everyone, give Cigüeñas a round of happy birthdays in Spanish, since Cigüeñas is from a Spanish-speaking country. Feliz cumpleaños! Feliz cumpleaños to Cigüeñas. Ojalá que estás teniendo un día muy bueno hoy. Qué bien que te está encantando el video aquí en el beautiful Amsterdam. Lo agradezco. Holanda estamos ahora mismo. So, feliz cumpleaños to Cigüeñas. Brenny says the city of Groningen, 200 kilometers to your north, is awaiting your arrival. Oh, I have not heard too much of that about that city. I'm curious. Thank you so much for letting me know. Groningen, I'll look into it. This is just a gorgeous park. I just want to stay here forever. The show must go on. Let's leave the park, bid it adieu. CB says it would be nice for you to visit Pieter Corneza's Hoofdstraat, which is the most luxurious street of Amsterdam. Oh. I'll look into it. Adam says we're nearby the Van Gogh Museum, yeah. Tamo says Hoofdstraat is nearby. Well, that's good to know. Where is it? Is it behind the Museumplein? Let me know. Ooh, brass band in the distance. Moco says it's 1 minute away. There's the museum shop here. is this? Is this supposed to be a huge fountain? Looks like it used to be, at least. Hey, Evelyn dice, de todos los países que ha visitado hasta ahora, ¿cuál te ha parecido que es el mejor en todo sentido? Evelyn, de todos los países, voy a hablar de este viaje ahora particularmente. En este viaje específicamente, el país que me ha más impresionado es Copenhague, porque una ciudad así que hay muchas cosas bien bonitas, bien tranquilas, las personas son bien amables y eso, toda esa combinación lo hace un placer para visitar. So someone asked me, what's the city that has impressed me the most? Evelyn asked me that in Spanish. And for me, so far in this trip has been Copenhagen, because it's been such a lovely country. People are friendly. It's very beautiful and serene, almost every street corner. Very safe, super safe. And really well designed. So. This. As Phil says, what should I pack my vacation in Amsterdam? My saxophone and my pink tutu. Yeah, I think so. Oh. What song is this? Woo! Oh, great band, yeah. Doing a great job. I love how they're like changing positions and not staying put like most brass bands do. And also, I love that type of kind of gypsy music. Ooh, gypsy brass music, the best. Here's the Moco Museum. I heard something about the Moco Museum. I think this is one of the few museums that's open pretty late here in Amsterdam. Let's see. Oh wow, they have a Banksy exhibition. That's interesting. They have Warhol herring coons? What? Basquiat? Kusama? Oh my god, they have a interesting masters list. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. €20 to get in. Doesn't say how long it's open, but I saw yesterday it was open till like 9 p.m. That's cool. Adam says, were you ever into marching bands? I love gypsy brass band music. Fanfare Carla. Not sure how to pronounce their last word, but it's a great band. Fanfare Carla, I think it's pronounced. Evelyn dice moco. Suena bien raro en español, un moco. Sí, sí, aquí tiene un museo de todo tipo de mocos que uno tiene. Los mocos están recogidos aquí en la ciudad de Amsterdam. Moco auténticos. So a lot of people might not know, but in Spanish, at least in Puerto Rican Spanish, let me know if this is in use in other Latin American countries. Moco means boogers. Los mocos. So your boogers. And this, if you were a Spanish speaker, you will be reading this as the Booger Museum. And yeah, that type of museum. Once upon a time, in this pop-up museum, there's a temporary exhibition of Once Upon a Time. Paris was the beating heart of Europe. In this glamorous city, beauty was brought to life. One of the most exclusive refined products made in Paris were gilt bronze mantle clocks. Dive into the stories of love, desire, jealousy, and temptation that the clocks in this exhibition will tell. On display for the first time only now. Wow. MK says, seems like half of the population is enjoying the outdoors. Yeah, there's a lot of outdoor life here in Amsterdam. That's a cool thing. It's a very outdoorsy friendly city. A lot of parks, a lot of people hanging outside. And I think now we're approaching the Van Gogh Museum. Miss Love says they have the biggest art display. Ooh, what does that mean? What is the fee? That was €17, Adam. Oh, my theme song is playing. All right, guys, it's time to do business. It's gonna get rocky. Put on your seatbelts. We're gonna hunt down some Soviet spies.
Okay, if you go to that shop over there, museum shop, it's our shop.
Don, I just rounded up. It was $16.95. I just round up for the sake of remembering prices a bit easier. Susie says, UK here. Susie Cat. We have another Susie tuning in. Vondelpark is awesome to visit. Ooh, cool. Vondelpark. Yeah, I think we're close. Oh, yes. Oh, we're in this building. Cool. I wanted to see this building. Oh, I'm so hyped. All right. I think we'll get a sense of the building from the front. And then we'll walk a little bit more along the other parts of the museum square. But this building is a very special building because a lot of people have associated it with a very interesting object. We'll see what people think. If you already know what it is, don't write it down in the comments. Please, please, please don't write it down in the comments. No spoilers. We're gonna go to the front of this building, which is the Tim says a euro is worth 1.01 US. I don't want that conversion rate to turn. It's Stedelijk Museum. We're gonna see it from the front. Miss Lob says it's parody party. It seems like the parody is dissolving away. Ava says, I would love to see the inside of the Van Gogh museums. Those are always tough to live stream. So I don't tend to live stream too much from museums. But I do provide bonus videos for super urbanists of some very popular museums, some hidden gems of museums that people don't know too much about. So patreon.com/urbanist to see some museums. You'll see one or two from here in Amsterdam as a super urbanist, posted in the next month or so. All right, we gotta cross the street to get the full experience of this building. Oh, thank you so much. So Tamo says this is the City Museum. Thank you so much. S Feels, thank you so much for tuning in. Bagels and Walk says, I love Amsterdam, but it's hard pronunciation. Yeah, you have to learn how to pronounce things in Dutch. After that, it's pretty much phonetic. Here's the Albert Heijn supermarket, just in case you need some grocery goods. Wow. Ooh. Chimney Cake Bakery. All right, here it is. This is the City Museum. What does it look like to all of you? If you already know what people call it here in Amsterdam, don't write it down in the comments. I want people to guess. What do you think this looks like to you? Let me know. A lot of people are getting it. Joseph said a box, not quite. Susie says the architecture is stunning. Oh, yes. Ebony says sink. I think a lot of people are getting it. So not sink, not ship. Sink is very close, but a lot of people got it right. Yep. Amsterdam Knights affectionately call this building, the City Museum, a bathtub. The bathtub. It's a gigantic bathtub. And it's a museum. Ida says it looks like a caravan. Tamara says it looks like an open Chinese container. Oh yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. Well, it's a bit longer, but yeah, it's the bathtub. Denny says it looks like a house boot. A housebot. Oh, I don't know what the housebot is. Cynthia says they could paint murals on it. They can, yeah. I love the look of it. This is so odd. Tamo says, you say Amsterdam. You say Amsterdammers. Ah, thank you. I was wondering how the Amsterdonians are called. So thank you so much. It's Amsterdammers. Bella says it's just so white. Oh yeah. What's underneath the bathtub? It's a little bit clogged up right now at the moment. They need some Drano. No, it's a museum. It's a museum. It's a City Museum. And there's a cafeteria right down there. Ronique says, I don't like the building. How do they get planning permission for this, says Susie? I don't know. That's a good question. Amsterdam is not super precious about maintaining the same architecture. They definitely are good at preserving their older buildings. That's for sure. A lot of these buildings that we've been walking around the past few days are all landmarked. But it seems like Amsterdammers are not very precious about maintaining the same architectural style with new buildings. So that's why you see this supermarket over here, this huge parking extension. And so you see some townhouses that are also pretty modern too. Adam says that museum is awesome on par with the Tate Modern. Whoa, that is bold words. I love the Tate Modern. Let's get some chimney. Where's chimney? All right, let's try them. Hi. Tomorrow says that's so funny. Oh yeah. Miscellaneous says Dutch courage. Dutch courage was a derogatory term made by the British when the Dutch and the British were at each other's throats. So Dutch courage was originally meant to be an insult back I think it was around the 1600s, 1700s, around there. Probably early 1700s. Wilmy says, "Oh my, that was weird." Yeah, that was weird. It was such an awkward interaction because she was like so profoundly confused. So like, what are you talking about? Where do you even get the idea of hot dog chimney cake? That was the face. Like right there. Hey, April says, "Caught your coffee shop video last night. I love your vibe after your visit with Mr. Oregano." So, we're waiting for the chimney cake. It's made to order. That's awesome. That's good news. So I went to a second coffee shop. That's a nice chair behind you. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wow. Susie says, "Oh, you're just waiting." Yeah, we're waiting. It's made to order. We got a pistachio one. I never tried a chimney cake. I know we have them in the US, but they're not so popular. But I went to a second coffee shop. And this one was a place called Damp King. And again, it's not a coffee shop that sells coffee. It's for smoking. And it was way, way stronger than the one I had that first day, which was called Relax Cafe. Way stronger. So I think Relax Cafe probably didn't have the best quality or the highest potency. The other place I went to was about twice as more expensive for one joint, but it was twice as stronger. Sandra says, "Have you come down from your high yet?" Sandra, if you're smoking, it only lasts about 2 hours. It won't last for much longer than that. Miss Lob says, you also asked for a light. I already had my own, but if you're referring to the first time I went to, yeah, I asked for a light, but then I bought one the second time I got it. Miss Lob says, "Or mild, whatever you said." Teresa says, "I bet you slept good." Yeah. Ron says, "You should do a 24-hour live stream on waiting in line." Ron mentioned the 24-hour live streaming of waiting in line, and that is fascinating because I was thinking, what if I were to just do a YouTube channel called The Cure, and it's just a 24-hour live stream of all the clips I have from all these past 6 years of just waiting in line during live streams. DS says, "Can you share the stream?" I tried a Kush, and I forgot what the other one was. It was a sativa of some sort. Kush was one of them. And then the other one, Purple Haze, I think it was a classic one. Susie says, "I don't get the point." really stigmatized in the U.S. significantly. It's stigmatized in a lot of places around the world. Some places are worse than the U.S. in stigmatization. It's really as casual as getting a drink. It can be abused, but if you're not abusing it, it's as casual as getting a drink. Evelyn dice, ¿va a visitar más lugares después de Amsterdam? Sí, voy a visitar más lugares que Amsterdam. Voy a más países. Tiene que ver hasta septiembre. So until September, I'll be visiting more places. Toilet brush salesman, I said, I know someone who made a 7-hour live stream waiting in line for Jamaican beef patties. Oh yeah. Yeah. That is interesting, Toilet Brush Salesman. Today is TwitchCon here. Tickets were already sold out. I was tempted to go, but tickets were sold out to TwitchCon. I have no idea how to get tickets last minute. Yeah. MK says, do you plan on going to Puerto Rico anytime soon? I would love to. I really would love to. I am missing Puerto Rico. A lot of these countries I visited in the past month have reminded me of Puerto Rico in various ways. Mostly because of the architecture. Christine says, are you going swimming? No, I'm not going swimming. Bella says, you really are a globetrotter. Yeah, European vacation, European adventure is going to last for another month and a half. Minimum. Will we see Kay's Kitchen on this European trip again? I think for Ireland I would have to dedicate another month just to Ireland. So not at the moment, no. Any plans to visit the Torture Museum, says Neptune? No. I've only visited one torture museum in my life, and that was the one in Mexico City. That was very interesting because that one involved the Inquisition, and that was fascinating. I think I got the gist. For torture museums, there's a few. There's one. I think there's one in Paris. There's one in Madrid. I think there was one in one of the Italian cities I visited. I forgot which one, Milan or some other ones. Excuse me. I'm still waiting for the pistachio cake.
It's in the oven.
What's in the oven?
Almost ready.
Oh, okay. All right. Wonderful. Thank you. Ronique, welcome to the live video. Bitterballen is one of the Amsterdam's most popular snacks. Have you tried it? Says Diaz. I tried yesterday Febo, the kind of the long croquettes, but I have not tried a Bitterballen yet. I've not seen one walking around. Tim says, are you aware you can only stay in the Schengen zone for 90 days? What? I thought we could stay forever. No. Yeah, I'm aware. I've not passed 90 days. I won't be passing 90 days. Class says don't leave your table. I only have a bottle of water. There you go. This is spa intense. This is probably one of the more bubbliest sparkling waters I've had. Wow. It is indeed intense. Oh yeah. Really good. It reminds me of halls in New York City. Tim says, I did 91 days and got in trouble in Switzerland. Ooh. Tim, can you let us know what ended up happening? I don't know too much about laws in that department yet. I'm gonna look into it, but let me know what happened. Cool thing is, as Americans, we can stay 6 months in the UK. Wilmy says, I call that burp water. Basically it is. If you feel the need to burp, drink some Spa Intense. Kate says that will make you belch for the rest of the day. Yes, do not drink this at night. I made the mistake of drinking this at night, the other night. Susie asks, is it watery water? No, this is spicy water, as Americans like to call it. It's a bit spicy. Thomas says, Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson go to a coffee shop named Gray Area. We passed by it yesterday. Yeah, it's very tiny, very, very tiny. David says, is it vodka that looks like water? Vodka, unfortunately, does not come sparkling. MK says, I notice a lot of buildings are around 4 stories. Do people live above the cafe and shops? Yes. So MK, yes. A lot of these buildings, and this is pretty much very similar to the rest of Europe, especially on major streets. But here it seems to be... Okay, so it's getting a little bit complicated, but in general, especially on major streets, you have the first floor is dedicated to commercial space, generally. Some streets, you can either use it commercially or as an office space or as a studio, or you can use it as a home. And then the upper floors are residential. I have not seen multi-floor businesses unless if they're bigger buildings on commercial streets. So generally with these row houses, first level is commercial, the upper rows are residential. It could be in the case that there's offices. Sandra says, you seem to like your water. Worth investing in a water filter when you're back home. Alexander says, greetings, good live streams. You're inspiring me to visit Europe. Happy travels from our channel. Hey, thank you so much. And yeah, this is Bright Eyes playing. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Wow, this is huge. And it is hot. Okay, it is fresh out of the oven, that's for sure. Really covered in pistachio. Look at that. Wow. Nothing is in it. So let me know if usually accompanying this with something inside. But nothing is in it right now. unique. This is not even particularly interesting, but I think this is an embodiment of the Dutch culture. It's practical. It fills you up. It does the job of making something sweet with a little bit of salty to deliver it through your intestines so you can get a feeling of fullness. Straightforward. Practicality. I like it. Oh. This is a pragmatic sweet. Rosemary says you should have ice cream with that. I think so. I think you could use a little bit of custard or ice cream or a hot dog as I originally wanted. Roy says he lost me an intestine, so Roy, you don't see the beauty of this. Is food meant to wiggle through your intestines. It's all in the shape and the size of it's all in the size and shape of hollowness, not the tastiness. Yep. It's meant to. I can't even describe it. It's just simple. It's just straightforward. This is the most straightforward, pragmatic dessert I've had. It's like a chip. You know, when you have an American chip, not a British chip, but like when you have an American chip, you don't really. It's not really anything interesting. Like generally, a chip is. They tend not to be really that mind blowing. There's a few are really interesting. A chip is a chip. A chimney cake is a chimney cake. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Sam says, is it required to take a C test to enter Amsterdam? I don't think so. There is a classification in countries, so do double check, but I don't think so. If once you're in Europe, you don't need one. Once you're in the European Union, to be more specific. So I came from Stockholm, which is part of the European Union. I didn't need to get any test. So pro tip, the countries I know that are really not testing at all is Denmark and UK, but UK is not part of the European Union, so then you gotta search the rules of what is UK to European Union countries. Oh, this is one of my favorite songs ever. This is 2 weeks. Days. I don't know the song. I don't know the lyrics, but it is one of my favorite songs. I know the that is Grizzly Bear. Amazing band. Wow. Bella says, I think you're enjoying the music more than the cake. The cake is doing its job, but yes, I'm really enjoying the music. So, before we continue walking, I can't eat any more of this. This is good. And I'm filled up, and that's it. That's it. I can only do like half. So, I ended up seeing in 2009, there was a series of concerts on the Williamsburg waterfront. So where the Smorgasburg is, the concerts used to be right next to the Smorgasburg. And Grizzly Bear was the main act on that Sunday evening, and they were playing. And the cool thing is their stage was facing the New York City skyline. So you saw the sun setting right behind them. These guys playing this song. Imagine listening to this in the New York City sunset. Yes. Oh, imagine that, listening to that in the New York City sunset. And then a lot of people start murmuring in the crowd. And in the front, the reason they were murmuring was because there was a woman upon a man's shoulder. And this woman was Beyonce, and the man was Jay-Z. I have no idea how Jay-Z was able to get Beyonce on his shoulders. But he did. And that was the most beautiful, one of the best concerts I've ever been to. Grizzly Bear, Sunset, Williamsburg, the Smorgasburg right next door, and Beyonce and Jay-Z in the front. Susie says Williamsburg waterfront. Oh no, someone had an accident. Hey Sam, leaving P249. Do let me know what P249 is. So those concerts were unfortunately canceled because of they end up building these huge residential towers. Now there's a lot more of them, but they end up building all these residential towers in Williamsburg waterfront, and the residents of those new residential towers, where they were spending $1 million per one-bedroom apartment, end up complaining about the noise on those Sunday afternoons. So they had to move the concerts, and we lost the beautiful series of free concerts in Williamsburg. So Ron says they were Filipino pesos. Well, thank you so much for the 249 Filipino pesos. I appreciate you. All right, let's continue walking around. All right, let's go. Good music. Oh yeah. Susie says it used to be a concert at McCarran Park. Yeah, that was the extension of McCarran Park. That was like the continuation of the McCarran Pool concerts. So in 2009, they went from McCarran Pool, because it was under construction, to the waterfront. Ooh. Yeah, this does make one belch. Let's continue. Fowl says, has there ever been 106 degrees in New York? I don't think so. I think the record is 101 degrees. Ah, nice air conditioning, even though it's already pretty cool outside. All right. Back outside. Let's explore a little bit more. Let me know if there's anything nearby that one should show here. Fowl says, good that you left London. Everyone's going to die of heat next Monday and Tuesday. Please be safe if you are in the UK. Yeah, there's a massive heat wave coming here to Europe. It's gonna hit up here as well. So wish me luck. I got my short shorts ready. How much was it for the hollow tube? It was expensive. I'm not sure how much they charged me. Very expensive, I think. Ooh. €8. The water maid was 2 or 3. So between 5 to €6 was the hollow tube. Oh, we see a streamer. Live streamer in the wild from Korea. We're in Twitch colors. TwitchCon is nearby. Red says, yes, I'm just taking out life insurance just in case. That's funny. Good job, Red. Good job. Daniel says, apparently the highest temperature ever in New York was 108 degrees Fahrenheit, but that was 100 years ago. Interesting. Thank you. Bella says, show off those muscular legs, those calves. Yeah. The Dutch have to watch out this later this weekend. It's gonna get hot, and those short shorts are coming out. Christine says, you get used to it. Yeah, I'm used to the extreme heat. I've been to a lot of places that have been very, very hot. The hollow tube looks like Austrian-Hungarian, says Thomas. And Christine says, it's always hot here in Florida. I hope you have AC in your hotel, says Christine. Oh, no. There is ventilation. No AC, no, fortunately not. Sean says, who wears short shorts? Sean, I'm about to pull them out. It's about to get hot. Who doesn't wear short shorts? Which way shall we go? Alright, I need some guidance. I have no idea where to go. I guess this way looks good. That was Museumplein. Not because it was plain, it was because it's a museum plaza. But let's go this way. And Force keeps asking about coffee shops. Force, we're a serious broadcast here. We don't do coffee shops. We don't do drinking. We don't do food. This is a serious broadcast, okay? We only academically discuss the virtues of construction, building materials, and the ins and outs of history. Okay? Touch them. Force field, sorry. No coffee shops. Serious. Eugene says you can have a look at Google Maps. I don't have my my second phone, so I'm walking aimlessly. Hey, Rosemary says we're having days off from work in London. It's about to reach 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow. Yeah, I know London and the UK takes heat very seriously. Not in New York. In New York, you have to go to work even it's 112 degrees Fahrenheit and the waters of the East River are boiling. You will still have to go to work if you're in New York City. But it's nice to hear that London allows you to have off. Wow, beautiful. Mariska says it's nothing too bad, that heat. Yeah, some countries are very used to it, others are not. So for Western Europe, it's pretty alarming. And Fowl says, yeah, unfortunately a lot of places in London don't have air conditioning, whether it's pretty ubiquitous in New York and other parts of the US. Yeah, that is the issue with heat waves in Europe. There hasn't been too many air conditioners, so people can just pump up their air conditioner during a heat wave, and that can get very dangerous. And then some houses, I'm not sure how houses here in Amsterdam handle the heat. They seem to be able to handle it well, but some places don't handle it well because they're too, they could be too exposed, or it could be other reasons why it could get very hot in someone's home. Tama says you only really need air conditioner about 4 or 5 days a year, so people don't buy them. Susie says, how do people live like that? Yeah, Susie, and in the US it's just normal to buy air conditioner in, I mean to use air conditioner, excuse me, even in 70-degree weather. Oh wow. Look at that. This is a street. Here's my ride. This is what I'm using to get around the city. Oh, it's 2 seats. I thought it was gonna be a 1-seater. Oh my god, it's 2 seats. Mirko says, you're in one of the most expensive areas of the city. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy I'm here. I need to go townhouse shopping because of the exchange rate. It's so good. So because of the exchange rate, I am now very, very rich here in Europe. So might as well move into one of these buildings because this is a lot pretty. Alexander says, you become a food taster along with being a good filmmaker. Thank you so much, Alexander. Steven says, nice walkable city with a variety of forms of transportation. Yeah. Look at the tiling here. Wow. Beautiful. Sometimes, you know, in rich neighborhoods, you really have to whisper. Can't speak too loud. I love that a lot of the houses have their own benches outside, and these are private benches. This is something you don't really see in New York too often, is houses with benches. Unfortunately, in New York, people would abuse these houses, these benches, if they were outside. But yeah, these are private benches. I don't think anyone can just sit on them. Let me know. Eugene says it's very quiet where you are. Yeah. Very, very, very quiet. Wow, look at these windows. So gorgeous, these windows. David says you don't even put a bench near the street in the suburbs. People sleep on it, yeah. Bench test, says John. No, I can't. Private benches. Bella says the bench is calling me now. They'll be legally trespassing. Jackie says we're near Cafecito, great coffee. Ooh. Christine says why are you whispering? It's a nice neighborhood. That's what I'm whispering. The neighborhood's too nice. Too beautiful. A neighborhood like this deserves the same type of reference as going into a church. You do not want to scare the locals by speaking too loud here in the rich neighborhood. Susie says, are we sneaking up on someone? No, quite the contrary. We're here. In the way not to alarm anyone in these beautiful, rich neighborhood. Look at this gigantic building. Wow. David says, so what are you in for? Sitting on a private bench? Yeah, you gotta watch out. Now this one's in front of a business. I think we can sit on this bench, but there's a camera right on top of that bench. Makes me a bit nervous. But wow, this kind of looks like the East Village. Alex says, why are you all whispering? Yeah, we gotta whisper. We do not want to alert the tiny dogs. They are vicious. The house cats, you really have to watch out. That's why we're whispering. Just not to startle the very rich house cats with permed cat hair. Interesting stairways, says Susie. Oh yeah, gorgeous. Tim says we should all whisper too. Yes, everyone please be quiet. Whisper in the comments. Frank says, can you pull out cobblestone and see the sea right below you? Right now we're below sea level, but I'm not sure if that's possible. Probably mud. Ron says, can you whisper louder? Sure. I can whisper very loud. Is that better? Wow, that was amazing. All right, now we're out of the rich neighborhood, so we can speak at normal level. That was a beautiful adventure. Let's go through this way. The bikes are indeed locked. Bella and other people. Christine, yeah, the bikes are locked. They have I'm not sure what they're called, but a chain. David says, I almost thought that was a person walking a cat. That was a person walking a tiny dog. Those are the dogs you have to watch out for here in these hoods. This is a synagogue. Interesting. MK says, not a lot of dogs walking around, yeah. David says, I used to have a tack pug. Oh my God. Does this exist? Wow. This neighborhood seems more new. 1950s. Front Row Review says, I used to come here to this neighborhood for school. Oh, cool. How was it going to school here in the Netherlands? I heard that you can walk to school on your own. Kids go to the playgrounds on their own, unlike in the US. Thomas says it's even older, 1930s. Really? Yeah, they don't look that old, but I can see how, yeah, with the doors, they do have an older aesthetic. Red says, reminds me of London film studios. Yeah, it kind of does look like how they would shoot London in a film, a London neighborhood outside the center. David says that might be postmodern 1930s. Oh, okay, interesting, yeah. Yeah, now I can see what you mean. Look at the curvaceousness. Wow. Interesting look. Susie says, my mother used to stroll her cat around. Oh, interesting. Sebastian says, are those dogs bad? No, I'm being sarcastic. This is a very, seems like a very nice, well-off neighborhood. Very calm. It seems very safe. And no, the dogs are generally friendly. And just in general, in this country, many of the countries we visited, very nice dogs around. Rosemary says, have you smelled people smoking? No. No, barely anyone smoking on the streets or in parks. No one, no one, no one. Nor tobacco, nor oregano. Ooh, I see a boat. MK says, do people lock up their bikes? Yes, they do. Not everyone, but a lot of them are indeed locked. See? Sometimes they're not locked to a pole, but sometimes they're, so you can't really ride them. Wow. People are swimming here. Thomas says, yeah, you have to lock them. They get stolen often. Yeah, I get that feeling. Wow, this is a beautiful area of town. Oh my. This reminds me of the nicer areas of Queens. Imagine if we were to utilize the Gowanus Canal and the Newtown Creek in New York City. Imagine if we were to do that and build neighborhoods like this along those two waterways. And there's a few others. One of the main reasons the Dutch even loved Manhattan was because it reminded them of this. The Lenape Native Americans, while they did not build canals, they definitely utilized the waterways that ran through Manhattan. And it was said in some original texts by the Dutch that the Lenape knew how to navigate from the East River to the Hudson River through the island of Manhattan. Through it, not around it. And the Dutch wanted to make New Amsterdam into their own image. And they were starting to do so with Collect Pond. They were starting to manage it. But of course, the English took over. English really don't do too many canals. It's not their main thing. So we never got a Manhattan like this. This could have been Manhattan or Brooklyn if the Dutch would have stayed in New York or New Amsterdam. Renee says the Germans stole their bikes during the occupation, says Renee. Yeah, so when the Germans took over during World War II, all the bikes were confiscated from the Dutch. Tamara says it's so pretty. Yeah, it's gorgeous. There's a party boat right there. Wow. And people are swimming. Yeah, there's a couple of kids down there swimming. Wow, look at that. This must be an amazing place to live. Wow. Look at this one. Look at the decoration right there in the middle. Ebonim says, I've never seen Amsterdam like this before. Tamo says, these houses sell for at least 1 million euros, some 2 or 3 million. I would say it's a good deal for these views. Yeah, it seems rather pleasant. Probably a lot cheaper when people bought them in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Tamara says this area is quiet as Copenhagen. This area is, yeah. It feels good. Is that the Amsterdam Hilton, says Mirkos? Cool. That's the Amsterdam Hilton. Thank you for letting us know. So here is how Amsterdam does its garbage disposal. They don't have alleyways like Chicago or European cities like Italy, like Rome. But they do have these underground receptacles, which I wish we would install in New York. Red says, what a day to be strolling. Oh yes. This is a magical sight right there. Wow. I like how the houses have kind of a asymmetry to them. They are not symmetrical or just a block or a box like many newer apartment buildings in New York. Or they're not as symmetrical as Parisian buildings. Very nice. So asymmetry, I mean that one side is not equal to the other in terms of its look and shape. Uh-oh, we found some treasure. Right below here is a treasure of Peter Stuyvesant. MK says New York definitely needs a better system of trash. Yeah, we're in dire need of it. Gotta put on sunglasses again. We're getting trash bins, says Susie. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear, yeah. It could be on the same level. It could be ground level trash bins, but we have to do something. We have to put the garbage somewhere, not just on bags on the street. Very bad. I noticed there's much less cyclists in the rich areas, says Tamo. Yeah, I don't see too much parking. So let me know where people parking, Tamo. Because there seems to be parking zones, but not too many cars parked. In a New York City rich area, this would be, all the parking spaces would be taken. The Plaza electrical cars charging station. Yeah, we've passed a few. And they're not all occupied. So it doesn't seem like there's that many cars in Amsterdam. Look at this hotel. Wow. The Alfred Hotel. Gorgeous. Tram passes around here. Where's the tram spot? Ah, down there. RT homeless people around. Closer to the central station, there's a few. Yesterday we sat at a bench when we saw a few. It's very, very few homeless people in Amsterdam. I've only been to Amsterdam, haven't been to the rest of the Netherlands. Oh, lively area. Let's take the scenic route over to the tram. So everyone slam that like button. Let me know if you're enjoying these broadcasts. I haven't had too much to talk about. There's certainly some stories. There's certainly a lot of stories here with Amsterdam. And then there's the cool architecture all around us. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But let me know if you're enjoying these calm walks through the side streets of Amsterdam, here in the center of Amsterdam at least. And then next week, who knows where I'll be, but we're gonna see more places. Renee says Rotterdam. Ooh, now I love rolling those R's. Rotterdam is a good urban center. Ah, yes. It's probably the most similar you can get to New York City in terms of aesthetic. Susie says, I'm getting high from so much beauty. Yeah, I mean, you definitely get a very uplifted feeling by seeing these beautiful cityscapes. It's like nature. You see some cityscapes that just take your breath away. Like this. Oh, wow. Another tree-lined street. Is nighttime bustling? Asked Red. I have not been out at night, so I don't know personally. I would assume, yes, that there is liveliness at night. I haven't been out. Do the police travel more on bikes? I've seen police on bikes. I don't see as many as, say, in New York. You see a lot more police. Even in London, you see a lot more police. Another neighborhood that could benefit from this. In Queens, we have Forest Hills. Forest Hills is a gorgeous neighborhood in Queens, New York. It's a huge neighborhood too, so there's different looks to Forest Hills. Watch, I've already done like 2 or 3 videos on Forest Hills that really I walk everywhere, tell you all the history about it. Problem is with Forest Hills is that they concentrate all the businesses really on 1 to 2 streets. That's it. The rest is purely residential. So you don't have this mixed use that we see here. And I wish in New York we would start considering to change our zoning regulations so we can allow restaurants and cafes on the lower levels in what would have been just residential streets before. Because I'm not sure what the history of this particular street is. But if I were to venture a guess, it probably was built originally just for houses, and then they allowed businesses to be put in. We could do the same thing in Forest Hills and have more vibrancy as you walk through the entire neighborhood and not just centralized on one street. That's what we tend to do in America. Oh, someone left a $5 super chat. Hey, Sunshine. Thank you so much for a $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Tim says, why haven't you been not out at night? I'm doing work. Have been done so much walking that pretty much I'm tired by 9 p.m. I wake up at like 8. I've been walking from 8 to 9. So after 6 or 7 hours of just walking around, I'm pretty much wanting to go to bed. And then I do work in bed because I edit TikToks on my phone. and read and research and plan the rest of my trip and many other things. This is a cheese shop? Oh wow, that's awesome. Hi.
Hi.
I'm filming a video of the neighborhood. Can I show the cheese shop?
Of course.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I will stop with vacuuming.
Oh, you're
But I
vacuuming.
won't stay on the video.
Okay, yeah,
I will
yeah.
slide out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Roast our nuts ourselves.
Oh, nice. Roasted nuts yourself. Oh, that's very good. What's a very typical Dutch cheese that I should try? This one.
3.5 years old.
3.5 years old. Wow.
Still creamy.
Still creamy. Okay. Do you happen to have a smaller size that could, just for myself?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can cut out a little piece.
Oh, perfect. A little bit smaller. Can I do a lot smaller like this? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. I don't have a refrigerator. I'm not from here, so I'm from New York. So I'm staying in a hotel. Don't have a refrigerator. So only cheese for the day.
Once you start eating it,
You can't stop, right? Yeah.
I worked for 21 years in cheese now, and this one is the best cheese I can taste.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's good.
You want me to cut it up into cubes?
That would be great. Yeah, thank you. And I'll have a very small one of cranberry with pistachio. Yeah, the smallest one, yeah. And what's this green one here?
With pesto.
Oh, interesting. That's best. Oh, it's very soft too.
Yes.
And do you have Edam cheese?
Edam, no.
Edam, no, okay.
It's also pasteurized Gouda cheese. Only
Oh.
the form
Yeah.
is different, and that's why it's called Edam.
Ah, I see. Ginger, wow.
Like this?
Yeah, that's perfect, yeah. Alright, and that's it.
Oh, the cheese you get because you're filming here.
Oh, no, it's okay. Thank you.
$3.90.
What's the name of the shop? So I can say
Nick's.
Nick's, okay.
It's also written.
Perfect. Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm so
Thank you
excited.
very much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, let's try some of the cheese. So we got 3-year Gouda, and we got a mixture of nuts that they roast them themselves. Really cool with cranberry and pistachio. And they look like cashews as well. And this is Nick's, so give them a check if you are based here in the Netherlands. Nick's. They look really cool. Let's see the cheese. Bella says, who cut the cheese? Yeah, indeed. And you, yeah, good Gouda, it looks like. So let's try the Gouda. Oh, I'm so excited for this. She was so nice to give me a very small portion. She gave me the cheese for free, so round of hearts to Nick's. I'm not sure if they're on Instagram, but if they are, give them some love on Instagram. Let them know thanks for the free cheese. I was only charged for the nuts. So let's see how this is. Ooh, cool container. Pretty strong as well. Oh. Oh my. Ooh. That is... It smells fruity. You can definitely tell it's aged cheese, but it's such a bright smell. Lorraine said 500 stars. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Really, really bright smell to it. Wow. That's super, super creamy. It almost tastes like trying a very good cheesecake. Good thing is, a lot of these cheeses, Dutch cheeses, are made with Jersey cow milk. And from what I've heard, Jersey cow milk doesn't have that lactose that tends to give the effects of lactose intolerance. So I've eaten cheese here, and I haven't gotten too stuffy. I've gotten red from eating cheese here in the Netherlands thus far. This is my second time eating cheese. No, third time eating cheese. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. There's a little bit of crunch. A little bit of crunch in here. Cheese experts, let me know. Since it's aged, some parts have gotten a little bit harder. And it's very interesting. So you can see the white spots there. They got a little bit harder, so they're a little bit crunchy. And it is really good because when you bite into the cheese, it's super creamy, but you have those crunchy bits. David says, I just hope you don't cut the cheese. This cheese is not giving me any of the negative side effects I usually get from eating cheese. Let's try it out with the nuts. I'm nuts for nuts. All right. Cynthia says, what is their website? I don't know their website, but you have to search Nix, N-I-X-X. Noten and Kas. MK says, did she say that she was doing this for 20 years? Yep. I think she said 22. 20 years. More than 20 years. Wilmy says, yeah, that's the crystal. Oh. Mmm. I like the combination of nuts and cheese. It's a good combination with some cranberry to add a little bit of that kind of bitterness. It's nice. Let's try it out. Mmm. Really good nuts. There's no salt in here. I assume she has the salted kind if you wanted them. Good nuts. Christine says, the Jersey cow, are they from Jersey? They're not from New Jersey. I'm not sure if the cows were originally bred in the island of Jersey. I don't know, but here they call them Jersey cows. I gotta look into the history. I don't know exactly. That's a great question. I'm not sure why they're called Jersey cows in the Netherlands. Bella says all kinds of nuts. Yeah, here we have pistachio, cashews. Not sure what these ones are called. Let me know. Walnuts? These are not walnuts. Not sure what these ones are called. And cranberries, dried cranberries. Now let's combine them all together. I'm gonna try some cranberry right here, some cashew, and some cheese. That's amazing. Try that 3-year aged Gouda cheese here at Nick's. You can find them in many other places, but that is like biting into one of the best cheesecakes in New York. It has almost that same type of texture, but it's just pure cheese. Wow. I recommend it. I think it's almond. Yeah, there are almonds in there. All right, let's go explore a little bit more. I'm gonna take the rest of this to go with me. This is so good. I'm so happy that she gave me this cheese. So kind of her to give her around the house. I'm gonna take a swig of water. John says maybe dates? No, there's no dates in here. Just dried cranberries and almonds, pistachio and cashew. Christine says, do you know that Coney Island was a name by the Dutch? Yeah. Yeah, Christine. Brooklyn was a series of Dutch towns. That's why we have New Utrecht. We have Brooklyn itself. We have a few others. So yeah. All right, let's go. The cheese was excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you again. Have a good day. Wow. Make sure the cheese doesn't get too sweaty and heat in your bag. Yeah, I don't have a bag with me, so I have to carry it around with me. I'll probably eat this right after the live stream. Maybe go grab some jam at one of the local grocers. Hey, this place, good food. Maybe I'll go to and grab some good food. Right there, huh? Star says, bless the cheese lady. She was very nice. This looks all neighborhoods of Long Island, like Huntington. Ron says, I prefer coconuts. Yeah, I've never tried coconut with cheese. That combination, actually I have. Combination is more common in Latin America. Let me know in the Philippines. I think they do that combination. So there's some sneaker stores here selling rare sneaker varieties. Different newspapers. Bella says, any Converse? You know, I wish Converse were more popular. Converse sneakers, mids. Now they're called high tops, but high top sneakers. No, I don't find them too much. It's a bit sad. Clement says, wow, what a great looking neighborhood. It's, I think, the prettiest neighborhood I've seen in Amsterdam. There's not as many canals, but wow, just the cleanliness, the restaurants, the quality of the stores. I am amazed. Thomas says there's a good cheesemonger on Albert Soup Market, but quality €2 pieces of cheese. Well, that's cool. Thank you for letting us know, Thomas. Thomas, also thank you so much for the long list of recommendations. I did look at them. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone else who's left recommendations. Mr. Bot. There's been a few other people. Let's check this out. It's beautiful. There's a tram stop here. Ooh, this is what I wanted to see. This is exactly what I wanted to see. No, I'm not talking about the art. No, I'm not talking about the neighborhood. I'm talking about this. I haven't seen too much of this yet, but I know they're around, especially in the outer areas of Amsterdam. They grow grass on the tram lines. Eugene says you can get some Jacob's cream crackers for your cheese. Oh, thank you. Jacob's cream crackers. Are those Dutch? That's awesome. But I haven't seen that. Look at that. Oh, cool. This one's not so well kept. I assume there's better ones. Man, I need some wine with this cheese. I think this tram is closed. So I wish New York needs to build trams. So everyone, this is my, basically these live videos aren't really about travel. In essence, I'm doing a, now it's already 6 years, but it's going to be like a 10-year plus campaign to run for office in New York City and to completely rebuild it with trams, with beautiful businesses, with more housing, more subway lines, commuter rail everywhere, ferries. We're gonna make canals all along those islands on the very top of Queens and the Bronx. We're gonna do all of that. So you're watching a 10-year campaign video. But yes, New York City needs more trams, especially the outer boroughs where we can build them. Manhattan is a bit tougher, but outer boroughs, we can build trams and we need them. Just take out the cars. John says, you already have my vote and you have the elevated garden. We do have a High Line, but we can build more trams. We need more trams. Just need them. Hey. we just need them on ground level. That's what we need. Susie says, just to replace the J train with trams. I would not replace the J train, but I would add trams. That would be nice. It would be nice to add trams to Jason Street. I get what you're saying. The J train is a bit ugly. That could be revitalized. Gorgeous art. Reminds me of the ones in East Village. There's an artist that does this type of mosaic art. I wonder if it's the same person. Because there's a person who did this also at Grant's Tomb, benches, in the same exact style. Let me know if anyone can do some Googling. It's either this person, Gente Spear, or this person. Anthony says, Edinburgh has been messed up with trams. Really? I did take the tram, it was nice, but it wasn't going to places that seemed too vibrant. That's the problem with when they build trams. They build trams where people don't go. Seattle did the same thing. They gotta build trams where people are going. Not where, you know, not through empty neighborhoods. That's pointless with the tram. know. It's a missing cat. Eileen says it's all coming together. Indeed, Eileen, indeed. All right, everyone. So we're gonna do something special for this live stream. We're gonna get, as we say in New York, we're gonna get what did. In proper English would be, we're gonna get my eyebrows done. But in proper New York lingo, we're gonna get my brows did. Shiny says it was Fabrice Hund, name of the artist. Parry says, when will you go back to the Parry? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll ever go back to the US. I think Europe is my home now. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll go back. I'll go find a new life here. Going to marry a beautiful European or British woman, could be both. And then I'm going to get hired by the BBC. I'm going to do at least 1 or 2 seasons with them. And I'm just going to find a nice apartment in London, Edinburgh, maybe Copenhagen, maybe all 3. Just live the rest of my days here, making movies in beautiful Europe. Until I run for my campaign for office in New York a few years from now. Wow, now we're seeing bigger houses. These are interesting. Parry says no. Oh no. Ron says he just lost his passport, that's why. Thankfully I did not. That would be very inconvenient. Front row view says you're right next to Vondelpark. Okay, I need your guidance. How do I get to Vondelpark? This way? Or this way? A? Or B? I'm not even sure what the street name is. It's behind the big houses. Okay, so we just gotta walk around. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. There's a job going in the UK. The Prime Minister office is open. That's good to hear. Wow. Oh, look, a lending library. I think usually it's customary to take one book, but you have to put one. I think usually, at least. Wow. And he says, currently the UK Prime Minister has a job vacancy. So someone asked about electric chargers right here. Here we have a charging station. Charging what is a... Let me know what symbol that is. I don't know my cars too well. Is that Chrysler? John says, I hear music in the background. Yeah, there's a lot of music happening. Let's see. All right, I have 20% battery left. No charger today. Let me know if you want to see a little snippet of Vondelpark right here in Amsterdam. Amsterdam's Central Park. We're right there. I see the gates. If you want one more stop on this wander here in beautiful Amsterdam, highly recommend coming to this neighborhood. If anyone can let us know the name of the neighborhood, it is one of the most gorgeous neighborhoods I've seen thus far in my trip in Amsterdam. I actually really like the vibe of this neighborhood. So, Bella says, yes, please. Thank you. Janice says, yes, it's a Benz. Oh, thank you so much. Music is at the park. All right. Right here. Vondelpark. Look at the gates. Beautiful gates. Tamara says, yes, one more stop, please. CB says, yes, go to Vondelpark. All right. We shall venture into the park. Susie says the dog was leading me in, yeah, basically. Perry says, more than one stop, please. Put on your notifications in case I do random live videos. They can be mini ones where I do them for like 10 minutes or so. And oh my. This is like a George Seurat painting. Look at that. All we need is a lady with a big hat, and boom, there we go. We have George Seurat. Sunday in the Park. Great, great painting. If anyone can let me know where he was from, George Seurat, I'll learn more about him. There's music here. I think there's some type of party right back there. Not live music. Tim says you can get a beer in the park. I don't know, Tim. I don't know. You don't see anyone drinking here. Perry says, why is there no flowers? Hey, there's an area for flowers, yeah, but no flowers here at the moment. Alice says, can you drink in public? Some people are saying that some places you can, but generally you can't. Let's try this bench. Sweden is calling our name. Oh, wow. Oh. What more can you ask for? ABBA, ducks, a fountain, beautiful people hanging out along this pond, greenery, smooth breeze, some Gouda. You can say this is quite a Gouda bench. This bench is quite Gouda. MK says, I'm sure if you use a covered mug, people won't check. Yeah. Follow local regulations, everyone. So look at this. I think in order to properly assess the bench, we have to get a piece of Gouda. if you want to learn more about the band who produced this amazing song, Dancing Queen, on Patreon and YouTube members and Facebook supporters, I posted a full tour of the ABBA Museum in Stockholm, where we just came from. Patreon.com/urbanist. Available for super urbanists. So, my review. This is a well-designed bench. I like the ridge over here. It's very comfortable. Nice sloping backside. My buttocks feels nice and calmed by the wood. Only downside is, look at this, everyone. I'm a very tall 5'3". And look, my feet are dangling. I have to like put my feet down, causing pressure on my calves. And I'm very, very tall. Very, very tall 5'2". So points off for that. That is very, very bad, very bad. Bad bench, bad bench. But the views are unbeatable. Only downside is you have hordes of bicyclists right behind us and screaming children. That's okay, but hordes of bicyclists behind us. But look at these views, wow. Yeah, this bench is quite Gouda. I would give this bench, it loses points for being a bit too high. But I would give this a very, very strong 8.9 out of 10. Just because of all the action going on. William says, planning to go to NYC tonight. Any recommendations? Nina says, 5'2" or 5'3", keep your tall story straight. Nina, I'm a very, very tall 5'4.5". I mean, very, very tall. I think it's no question that a person who's 5'1" is of immense height. It's as tall as the Dutch at this point. All right, time to take my cheese. And nuts. Can't forget the cheese and nuts. Very important for sustaining energy through these walks. Can it balance? Can it balance? Yes. Just like Pharrell said, because I'm happy. So Thomas is recommending a dim sum place nearby. Oh, cool. Thank you so much. Kay says you've grown. I think that's the effect one has in Amsterdam. Spending enough time around the Dutch, you'll get taller. Trust me. Ron says I'm a short 6'5". You mean 65 inches. The Central Park is modeled after Vondelpark. What? Really? Wheelies galore. Someone's turning 53. Susie says it looks more like Prospect Park to me. Yeah, it looks more like Prospect Park than Central Park. Central Park has more rockiness, more difference in terrain. I would say I know the exact history of Central Park, that's for sure. Vondelpark might have been an inspiration. It might have been a starting point. But Central Park is more modeled after the Adirondack Mountains and the Appalachians, both of those mountain ranges, than even any park in Europe. Actually, when they made Central Park, they were trying to not do what Europeans do, because they tended to make very manicured parks. Not quite the case here. A lot of the parks in France and the UK were overly manicured. Nina says, with all these people, there's no depression anywhere. I'm not sure about the stats, but yeah, I could assume that this country is doing pretty well, mental health wise. All right, I found my Uber. Yeah. Alex says you might attract your soulmate soon in Amsterdam. That's so cool. Look at that. Wow. MK says a horse. Yep, we just saw a horse. It's cool that there's a beer hall here. John says, have a great day. Oh, thank you so much, John. I appreciate it. Let's check out what's here. This is an interesting house. Look at that. People are walking this way. I wonder why. Let's see. Someone's playing Gypsy Kings in the background. That's cool. These Dutch have good music taste. Wow, gorgeous building. This must have been late 1800s, early 1900s. There's a series of car rides.
Mikey.
Beautiful. Great selection. So that's cool. Right here, there's like a self-service area, so you don't need to get table service. And here's a playground. Wow, beautiful. Let's go a little bit this way. Is the film museum still in Vondelpark? Would love to. They used to have fantastic screenings. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the film museum. If anyone does. Nina says they say that dairy is good for us. Also sugar and wheat. It's anti-aging. I mean, if you're in Europe, everyone is on that diet, so you judge for yourself. What is down here? We're now entering the jungles of Amsterdam. Girl in the curl says, walk slower, your wife may be in this park. Thomas says, do you enjoy your trip? I do enjoy my trip, yeah. I do, it's lovely. I'm glad to be visiting these places. Look at that. Let's go through here. Nina says, you'll never shrink, you're so active. Nice location for the Last Supper, says George. Oh, what do you mean? What are these guys doing? Oh. I'm not sure what they're selling. Cyrus says this is a stress-free environment. Yo, yeah. Wow. Girl in the curl says, here's the scene. He's on the bench doing her rating, and she comes and sits next to him. It'll be like in Edinburgh, where I got proposed to on live video. Anthony says, have you been to the zoo yet? No, but now I want to go. Those trees are really leaning, yeah. This does feel like Prospect Park in Brooklyn. Wow. Except there's a lot more bikes. These guys are playing an interesting game. Medi says, I wish someone would put the music playlist in here. We're just passing through the music, so it's not the broadcast is not really about music. I'm just not muting this broadcast. So thank you to all the round of hearts to all the super urbanists who support on Patreon, YouTube members by pressing that join button, or Facebook by pressing that become a supporter button. Thanks to everyone who's a super urbanist. That's why I can do some videos where I'm not muting at all and you can just enjoy the general ambient music. Susie says it just needs a carousel and a ice rink. You know, I'm curious if there is a carousel somewhere around here. I'm not sure if there is. Ooh, wow. What's down there? I see so many people down there. Hey, MK. MK says, thank you so much for sharing your trip to Europe. I have been living vicariously through you. Love your insights and inputs. Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much, MK. Thank you so much for the $10. $10 are now going a very long way here in Europe. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you also, Nina, for the 200 stars. I appreciate that too. And everyone who's left stars and super chats. Thank you so much. Big thanks also to Dutchanese, who's been tuning into the broadcast, has been sharing them as well. And sharing them has gotten a lot more attention on these broadcasts. So thank you so much. Wow. Nina says the weather is so cooperative. I think it's pretty temperate here in Amsterdam. I don't think it's known for too much raininess at all. Wow. Melody says, I was wondering where all the dogs are at. They're all in the park. So, I just learned today from a tour guide that I had for a food tour. And he said that there are no dog shelters within the Netherlands. That it's not legal. And that there are no dog shelters. So, you can't buy a dog here in the Netherlands. You have to go to another country to buy them. So a point of conversation for a lot of the Dutch is to ask, hey, where's your dog from? As meaning, where did you buy him from, or him or her from? What country? Germany, Belgium, France. So I think that might be one of the reasons why we don't see as many dogs as we did, say, in... Where did we see a lot of dogs? There was a lot of dogs in Scotland, that's for sure. I think Copenhagen had quite a bit of dogs, but not as many. Mariska says, what? I heard that's hearsay, so I have not verified that or done research. So if anyone in the Netherlands knows what the exact rules and regulations are, I'll be so appreciative. Ooh, cool park building here. Ooh. Cool church. Ooh, cool building. Ooh, nice tree. So much beautiful things. Kay says they mostly have cats as pets. My dog came from the Netherlands, says Mariska. Wow. Are we adjacent to the university area? Oh, now I smell oregano. Look at these views. Wow. Places that like. That's breathtaking. Wow. Veronique says we do have dog shelters. Interesting. So Tamo says that's not true. There are a lot of dog shelters in the Netherlands. Ah, okay. Thank you so much for clarifying. Okay, so according to many of the Dutch urbanists, you can buy a dog here. That's interesting to know. So, yeah. Hey, please go back to that beautiful building. This one's gorgeous, yeah. Beautiful building one more time. Nice shot on the right. Gorgeous shots everywhere.
Understand the
Next it says the museum, the film museum is to your left. It's the white building. Cool. That's awesome. I wish museums were open later. So that was a walk through Amsterdam from the Museumplein, the Museum Plaza, through that rich neighborhood, if anyone knows the name. And then we ended up here at Vondelpark. They're actually really close to each other from the start, but we seem to have done like a huge circle, huge roundabout. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this wander, the cheese, the food. I do recommend trying that cheese if you can. Any cheese store is going to have good quality cheese, but they were very nice service at Nick's. So I recommend it. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you enjoy this show and want to lend your support and get access to a whole host of bonus videos, including the ABBA Museum in Stockholm, you can become a patron, patreon.com/urbanist. And if you want to get postcards, if you become a postcard within these next few days, within July, you'll be getting a postcard from Amsterdam or from the Netherlands. And that is a mega urbanist option available on YouTube, $20 or more, or on Patreon, $20 or more. And you become a mega urbanist and get postcards around the year through places I visit. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Now I'm off back to get some rest and enjoy the beautiful Amsterdam sunset. This was a damn good time in this city. And stay tuned for many other wonderful places. Put on your notifications too, just in case I do more Amsterdam. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone. For everyone tuning in, dankjewel. Have a great day.